Part 306. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3051. This is completely the upper body state of the actor. Not to mention this guy, he really has this kind of temperament. This boo, the small mouth is really good at talking. If you were an ordinary person, you might not be able to speak well of him. It's just that there is too much nonsense, and it is inexplicably boring. You should save your face first, and if you want to be a showman, you can follow me and cooperate with you. Everyone understands the truth that people are tough. But you can't just plunge into it like this, and then get stuck in it, can't you? Let you show off, not let you take it for granted. There are some problems in this aspect. These situations and circumstances all appear to be quite complicated. Feeling it a little bit at this moment, I feel my scalp numb for no reason. Don't you feel bad about having a headache? Didn't the brain feel that there were some bursts? Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanqi Academy, pointed his nose and scolded Fang Fan at every turn. At first Fang Fan didn't care about anything, but he was always talking about it, but that's not the case. Things always need to have a result of disposal. Fang Fan exhaled a breath of turbid air, thinking to himself, the light in his eyes couldn't help but increased, this time the thoughts gathered here, and the whole person couldn't help but become ecstatic. I can give you another chance, you come up to the ring, and I will give you a chance to fight in a fair manner. Come up. If you come up and beat me now, you still win. It can satisfy your fighting spirit. Fang Fan's eyes swept forward, and while he was talking, the gleam in his eyes involuntarily increased. At the same time, the sarcasm at the corner of his mouth couldn't help gathering in an all-round way. It's not easy to test this guy. The things that this guy thinks in his head are even more pure. To put it bluntly, it's all stupid thinking. As soon as Fang Fan said that, the surrounding melon-eating crowd immediately started booing. They had already felt a headache when they heard that Yuan Kai was pretending to be aggressive. Now, if there is a chance to treat him well, why not do it? At this moment, it is natural to take good care of this opportunity and not slack off easily. Go up. Go up. The boss Fang Fan from Guangming Academy has spoken, and he has given you a chance to show off. Let you go to the ring to fight again, and let you have all the fighting spirit. Hurry up. Don't be inked. I'm going to you won't be scared at the end of the day, right? Then what do you mean by what you just said? Is it all just a joke? It's all in lie to us. Huh? It's still like this? Can you be a little more stubborn? You can't be so shameless, can you? Hee, don't talk about anything else, even if it's shameless, there should be some limits. It's not that the situation is unclear, the matter is such a thing, the situation is such a situation. That Yuanqi Academy, what Yuan Kai, you can't be cowardly now. Go to the ring. Everyone is waiting. I've said all the big words, so I can't make myself big now, can I? Shouting and yelling swept over, and the scene suddenly became extremely lively. A glance at the past, the whole audience is galloping. Sitting and watching Yunju and Yunchu, I feel inexplicably funny. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3052. As for Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanqi Academy, he has been pushed to the limit at this moment. Naturally, at this moment, he could only grit his teeth, expressing the aggrieved feeling deep in his heart. Taking a few deep breaths, the eyeballs were about to protrude, and the whole person was completely in a state of euphoria. The feelings deep in my heart swept over, and my complexion suddenly became extremely ugly. Collapsed, the mentality collapsed. Feelings of helplessness swept over him, and the black lines on his forehead also involuntarily increased. Oh shit. This effing, isn't it forcing me to die? Let me slap myself in the face in front of so many people. I'll hum it. Shameless. How shameless. Every aspect of this is extremely treacherous. If I am stimulated to go up, don't I want to slap myself in the face? It's really embarrassing. Instead of being ashamed and thrown home at that time, it's better to stabilize your mentality at this moment. At the very least, at least at this time, I have to stick to it. Anyway, I will definitely not be able to participate in this arena again. I finally escaped back. I don't want to go back to die. This Fang Fan is a monster. Hat. Confronting such an evildoer, there is definitely no good end. Hufu, if this happens, I will hang on. I can't make fun of you. The mentality is even more broken. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy, rolled his eyes and immediately made up his mind. Although I was extremely terrified in my heart, I still had to show an attitude of righteous indignation and righteousness on the surface. Snort. What are you talking about? For me, Yuan Kai, to be on the ring again at this moment, are you making fun of me, Yuan Kai, who can't afford to lose? Yuan Kai, am a member of Yuanji Academy. I am also the captain of the Yuanji Academy's first-year representative team. I represent the will of the entire Yuanji Academy. The matter has come to this, I just admit defeat. No matter what despicable means you use to win, as long as you win. Hee. Under the rules, as long as you don't make any fouls, you are the winner. Yuan Kai, despise your secret tricks, but you still can't afford to lose. It doesn't matter if I let you win. Can your poor spirit defeat me? You must be feeling awkward right now. You must be feeling flustered and weak in your heart. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. That's right. That's how it feels. It feels right. Wave after wave of shouts swept over, and then the eager roars in the scene couldn't help but also increased, and the posture of gnashing teeth followed. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy, really shocked the world and cried ghosts and gods with his words. Now it seems that he is the messenger of justice. This small mouth babbled, one sentence after another, it really sounded like that. In the end, the whole person became smug. Feel it a little bit at this moment, and feel inexplicably funny. Fang Fan stood where he was, and couldn't help covering his stomach at this moment, almost laughing until his stomach hurts. As for anger or something, there is really no such thing as endless smiles. It is a special kind of luck to meet such a wonderful thing. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3053. There are wonderful flowers every year, especially this year. Fang Fan exhaled a turbid breath, felt it a little at this moment, and his whole body took off in full swing. The more it feels, the more it's going on. As for the group of melon-eating people around, they all looked at each other, and then began to roll their eyes crazily. What the hell, can you show some face? What's the matter, do you have no points in your heart? Is it really not embarrassing to force an embarrassment? This time it was already so embarrassing that his scalp trembled. This is still talking about a chicken. It's all over, isn't it? Damn, absolutely, Yuan Kai, a student from Yuanji Academy, is definitely a talent. I'm so humming, laughing, I'm going to cramp my mouth after laughing. Who said it wasn't? I can't do it anymore. I've never seen such a funny person. Yuanji Academy is full of ghosts. With this kind of virtue, I can also become the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy. I can't help but fall into deep thought. Hee, thinking about a hammer, people are shameless and invincible in the world. If you really want to be shameless, then it's not good. In fact, it's easy to be led by the nose. At that time, you will still be playing chicken. Naturally, the eyes of those who eat melons around are discerning. At this moment, they stared at all this with wide-eyed eyes. Immediately, they were overwhelmed with feelings, and the voices of complaints and comments also increased. Yu's mouth can't be blocked, of course. Can you keep people from talking? In that minute, you will be suppressed. The one who is now ashamed is naturally the Yuanji Academy. If you lose, you lose. Victory or defeat is a matter of common sense in military affairs. It's not a big deal, but now that this has happened, Yuanji Academy has become the most talked about object. Invisibly, this is not a slight blow to Yuanji Academy. Above the attic, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, was already suffocating a mouthful of blood. This mouthful of old blood almost spit out in public. Disgraceful and lost at home. Why did his Yuanji Academy produce such a wonderful student? The key point of this bastard is to serve as the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy. This has to make everyone wonder whether the brains of the high-ranking people in their Yuanji Academy have been flooded. At this moment, his brain was trembling, and his whole body had been crippled. The waste state is too real. Hee. Guangming Academy is really proud of countless heavens. This battle, Yuanji Academy lost. Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, was also smashing his teeth and swallowing in his stomach at the moment. If you want to continue to be tyrannical now, wait for others to completely uncover your scars. It is not bad to be able to maintain the surface of peace. At least this mentality can be stabilized, and I won't be thinking about things all the time. At this moment, Tai Shizhe was sitting on the seat arrogantly, and many people around took advantage of the situation to send compliments. After all, Fang Fan, who is shining in the arena at the moment, is Tai Shize's disciple, and in all aspects, a few compliments can be regarded as a teacher. Tai Shize is generally not easy to be arrogant, but once he becomes arrogant, he will be completely arrogant to the sky. At this moment, Grand Uncle Ji's ears were basically filled with words such as, "The Tiger Master has no dog disciples, Brother Tai is worthy of being a famous teacher of a generation, and the disciples he cultivated are already a generation of pride." Wait for words. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3054. Hearing this, Grand Uncle Ji inexplicably felt his ears go soft. Is this what it feels like to hear a compliment? It's too smug. What is it like to have a strong and invincible apprentice? Tai Shizhe felt it thoroughly this time. Guangming Academy played against Yuanji Academy and won 3-1. In this way, 3 points will be added to Guangming Academy, and no points will be awarded to Yuanji Academy. The battle has just begun. According to the previous game rules, Guangming Academy needs to play 4 games. In addition to Yuanji Academy, there are Dark Academy, Black and White Academy and Nether Academy. Lottery, continuing. Immediately, the captains of the first-year representative teams from the 3 universities and the 2 colleges played again. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy, suffered such a great humiliation, and now he seemed to be okay. His face still had an arrogance. From beginning to end, calm to the extreme. Speaking of which, being thick-skinned is actually a kind of ability, and most people really can't be as calm as he is. The one I drew was, Black and White Academy. Hee. Finally, I can earn points. Yun Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanqi Academy, looked at his lottery, and then his eyes lit up, and he said excitedly. The one I drew was, Guangming Academy. Puzin, the captain of the first-year representative team of Nether Academy, opened his mouth with a calm face. In fact, Puzin, the first-year representative team captain of Nether Academy, was already familiar with this procedure. Fight against the three universities. Isn't that just delivering food? Their goal is actually to surpass the Black and White Academy. As for encountering the three universities, it is good to leave them all empty. This time the Bai is the Dark Academy. Then the battle started again. Bai Biao desperately insisted on representing Guangming Academy. How can I say that I am also an official team member? I represent the image of Guangming Academy. Don't let me go up, what's the matter? Ah, could it be that I was imprisoned here? Is that the case? This doesn't look like that. Anyway, shouldn't this matter be made clear? What's wrong with me in vain? It's fine if you didn't let me play before. After all, you are playing against Yuanqi Academy. You have to consider the overall situation. I understand, and I can understand. But isn't it the Nether Academy? Let me up, let me show off. My big knife is already hungry and thirsty, okay. Bai Biaoxu chattered, and then said with emotion from the side. While talking, the black lines on his forehead involuntarily increased. While talking at the moment, he followed up very unconvinced. Now that the matter has come to this point, we must follow up with a reason, right? If there is no reason at all, how about playing with a hammer? Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, was so quarreled by Bai Biao that his brain hurt. He really wanted to slap this guy to death, but after thinking about it, he held back. Of course, he is very clear about the situation. The dog still has to live with it. In the future, it is impossible to say that this guy Bai Biao will fight against a strong enemy. Before Tai Shuja always said that this guy can display the combat power of a low-level saint at one time. Although Tai Shuja is unlikely to tell lies, after all, he has never seen it before. Now just push him out to sea and see. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3055. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, thought to himself, and then nodded. The idea in my heart is still very simple. In fact, the matter is just like this, and there is no need to make it so complicated. Vice Palace Master. You talk. Master Deputy Palace Master, if you don't say a word, I am very panicked. Vice Palace Master. Bai Biao immediately started to make noise again. Shui Wanren waved his hand and kicked out. Get out. I want to see how much you weigh. If you embarrass us at Guangming Academy, I will directly expel you from the academy. Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, snorted coldly, and then yelled secretly. Yes. Deputy Palace Master. You are really wise. Ga quack quack. Just watch my show. Boy Fang Fan snatched all the prestige just now, he, now it's my turn. Bai Biao is gearing up, it looks like this guy really wants to do something big. During the conversation, the whole person became smug. Needless to say the rest, this feeling is very real. Bai Biao stepped into the arena on behalf of Guangming Academy. Immediately afterwards, the participating students from Nether Academy also came up. Brother! Come hit me. Huh, so excited. Go on. Interesting. So interesting. Hit me. Bai Biao followed with a humble face. He had already thought about it, as long as the student from the Nether Academy came to beat him, he would directly use his big move God Thunder from the sky. By that time, he, Bai Biao, would be the coolest existence in the audience. The Nether Academy student standing not far away looked at Bai Biao with a speechless expression on his face. How could there be such a cheap request? Originally, this guy might have thought about throwing 2 tentative punches, but now, he simply took a step back. This Nether Academy student found that he couldn't see through Bai Biao at all. Naturally, he would not feel that Bai Biao's cultivation base was lower than his own, but would only think that Bai Biao's cultivation base was much stronger than his own, so he couldn't see through it. Thinking about it this way, wouldn't it seem normal? Thinking about this, it gradually became more exciting. I surrender. I surrender. The students of Nether Academy said twice in a row, and then jumped off the ring by themselves. This is the consistent style of Nether Academy. This is the method used by the Nether Academy when they fought against the Dark Academy. I can't beat it, so is it possible that I can't hide? It would be nice to simply hide, and you don't have to get hurt, let alone worry about those messy things. Anyway, you can't fight if you work hard, and you can't fight if you don't work hard. It's better to lie flat. In life, just be casual, lying down is the best posture. As for the rest, they are all bullshit and don't need to pay attention at all. Standing on the ring stage, Bai Biao wriggled his lips, speechless at the moment. That's it? That's it? Labor and management tried their best to find an opportunity to act aggressively, so it was wasted? Before Bai Biao finished complaining, the second student from Nether Academy had already entered the stage. This time, this guy was even more straightforward. Before Bai Biao could speak, he coldly gave up and left. And the third, and the same. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3056. I have to say that Nether Academy is really stupid. Directly avoid its edge, hold on to yourself. This is the case no matter when you are fighting against the Dark Academy or the Bright Academy. From beginning to end, there was not even a decent offense. Anyway, the first time I played was just 2 words, admit defeat. From the perspective of comprehensive interests, it has to be said that this is indeed the most sensible. But if you think about it from other angles, you actually feel a little greedy for life and afraid of death. This is equivalent to losing the courage to attack. Didn't the whole person just go limp? For the rest, there is no need to say much at all. Everything follows the full end. The fighting chance that Bai Biao strived to win with great difficulty was lost just like that. That is to say, after standing in the arena for a few minutes, it was completely over. The surrounding complaints have long since become weak. Nether Academy is too shameless. Above the attic, the dean of the Nether Academy looked calm. Whether it's the Dark Academy or the Bright Academy, anyway, I can't beat the Nether Academy. If I can't beat it, why fight to the death for those false names? This will not only damage the elite of my Nether Academy, but also consume time and our own energy, which is not good for the next battle situation. Since it's all harm and no benefit, it's better to admit defeat and lie down. The Dean of Nether Academy glanced out, but got a lot of response. From a comprehensive point of view, this is really the case. This does not mean that there is a problem with others, the matter is such a thing, the situation is such a situation, and you can still talk about a hammer. Bai Biao walked down the ring with a resentful expression on his face, and his whole body became depressed. I held back the big move, but I didn't release it. Can they admit defeat a little slower? Let me bombard you. I went up to release the vent show, not to stand guard. Bai Biao had a lot of complaints, and while he was talking at the moment, he also complained all over. Okay. There will be opportunities later. Don't think about that now. The battle between Yuanqi Academy and Black and White Academy is about to start. As for which of these two teams can win 3 out of 5 games, we can figure it out. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes secretly, then said indifferently. Does it need to be said? Isn't it obvious that the college is courting death for the school? No matter how cowardly that Yuanqi Academy is, it won't be inferior to a Black and White Academy. Although this Black and White Academy is a bit tricky, the gap with Yuanqi Academy is still obvious. For example, Duan Muju, the captain of the first-year representative team of Haihei College, is only in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, but Yuan Kai from Yuanqi Academy is in the high-end 5-star sanctuary. Furthermore, in Yuanqi Academy, there are still many 5-star early stage and 5-star mid-stage sanctuary realm existences, but what about Black and White College? The 5-star early stage sanctuary realm is already the strongest existence, and there are not many of them. Even if those students of the Black and White Academy can perform any forbidden technique, blood demon transformation, it is useless. The gap is a bit big. Bai Biao waved his big hand, and then made an analysis on the side with a vow. From a comprehensive point of view, there is really nothing wrong with this analysis. Normal people will probably see it this way. Fang Fan groaned silently, his hands were beating slowly on the armrest, and his eyes couldn't help flickering with a different kind of brilliance. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3057. This Black and White Academy is destined to be the big dark horse. This Black and White Academy has emerged from the crowd, and to some extent it is undoubtedly a dark horse. At this moment, when I was mixing with the 3 universities, I didn't seem to think of giving in. From this point of view, it is quite interesting. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, thinking to himself, the sparkle in his eyes couldn't help but increased. This is more interesting and rhythmic the more you watch it. The things involved in it can't help but increase. There's something wrong with this Black and White Academy. If they choose to lie down, they should be the same as Nether Academy, just choose to admit defeat. But at this moment, they clearly show no signs of admitting defeat. Interesting. This Black and White Academy seems to want to fight this Yuanqi Academy. It's not that they don't know the combat power of Yuanqi Academy, but they still do it at this moment. From this point of view, it is natural to have absolute self-confidence. This Black and White Academy is vicious enough. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth continued to rise, thinking to himself, the gleam in his eyes couldn't help flickering all over. The more you look at it, the more interesting it becomes. The thoughts gathered here, and the whole person couldn't help but become smug. Such a feeling, pure and calm. Fang Fan boy, what do you mean? I've said so much, but I don't quite understand. Based on what you mean, is it possible that you still fell in love with this Black and White Academy? Do you think they can make things happen? Is this possible? The strongest in the Black and White Academy is only in the 5-star early stage sanctuary, but Yuanqi Academy has the existence of a 5-star high stage sanctuary. The number of 5-star sanctuary realms is even farther away. Bai Biao frowned, thinking to himself, his body twitched unnaturally. Now the more I think about it, the more wrong it becomes, and the more I think about it, the more complicated it becomes. All kinds of things involved in it are gathered here. Don't look at the data on the surface. Ah. Hee. Just wait and see. It's going to be more and more interesting. You can make a parody game. Whether you bet on the victory of Black and White Academy or the victory of Yuanqi Academy, it is 1 to 2. The probability of making a small profit is still very high. Fang Fan pondered for a while, and then followed up from the side. At this moment, the thoughts are gathered here, and the feelings can't help but increase. It's interesting to watch. A PAR price again. This must be a vote for Yuanqi Academy to win. If Yuanqi Academy really wins, we will be abolished. Ah, this. Why do I feel that this is a loss-making business? Bai Biao muttered something, but he acted very quickly, and immediately followed in place. The rest are all nonsense, and this moment is the most real side. Bai Biao has basically figured out some laws now. Anyway, listening to Fang Fan's words, he must be right, and he can make some money in the end. Regardless of whether it is a big profit or a small profit, you can't lose anyway. Yuanqi Academy versus Black and White Academy. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team, was the first to play at Yuanqi Academy. It was the trump card when it came up, and it seemed that there would be some accidents or something. Looking at Yuanqi Academy, they are really in a state of going all out. I can't afford to lose now. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3058. If you lose any more, you will really be completely useless. At that time, it will be useless to say 1,000 words and 10,000 words. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanqi Academy, walked up to the ring with his head held high, and then he glanced arrogantly at the Black and White Academy practitioners on the ring, looking extremely arrogant. Anyway, I just didn't feel that there would be any surprises. Isn't all this quite indifferent? The things on the scene have long been stabilized, and the rest, what more need to be said? Hold on, just hold on. You are not my opponent. Admit defeat. I don't want to kill you. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanqi Academy, tossed his hair, and while talking, the expression of arrogance on his face was beyond words. Standing in front of him was Duan Muju, captain of the first-year representative team of Black and White Academy. This Duan Mu is definitely the existence of the 5-star initial stage of the sanctuary. I saw that there was no change in his expression, he just stepped forward calmly, and then waved the scimitar in his hand. Click. Click. Take 2 random cuts and cut off your own legs. Immediately afterwards, he stabbed many knives in his chest. This is definitely a ruthless person, and when he becomes ruthless, the whole person is gone. Fear. It is impossible to be afraid. Anyway, in the final analysis, it is to follow self-harm. If you really encounter such a lunatic, it's actually quite difficult, and you don't know what to do next. At this moment, he could only perform similar actions numbly. There is more or less a grieved feeling in my heart. This is so difficult. Blood Demon Transformation. It's another Blood Demon Transformation. Why is this Black and White Academy an old routine? CAO. In the past, it took a few tricks to perform the Blood Demon Transformation. Now it's alright, and I just came to this trick. Crazy, really crazy. I don't know, I really don't know what to say, it's crazy, it's crazy. Hey, who said it wasn't? How could it have turned into this, who would have thought of it? Are the students of the Black and White Academy a bunch of lunatics? Are they not afraid of death? Grass, I feel that this is a group of dead men. I don't have any fear at all. The whole person is in that state. I can't complain. I really can't complain. The rest is needless to say. Hold on, you must keep steady mentally, who knows what will happen next. This Black and White College's first-year representative team leader Duan Muju is also a cultivator of the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, and the power of the Blood Demon is quite powerful, right? I don't know if this guy can hold it. After all, there is still a little difference in realm, so it shouldn't be a big problem to hold on. The surrounding discussions could not help but increase. At this moment, I don't have any extra feelings, but what I have to feel is that the students of this black and white academy are too crazy. This group of people completely disregarded their own life and death. How did this group of people train in the area? How can everyone be so obedient? Each of them seemed to have been brainwashed, and in that state, they were already insane to the extreme. As for the rest, it doesn't really matter anymore. On the attic, the face of Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, became ugly again. I thought I could sit back and relax when I met the Black and White Academy, but now I started messing around again. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3059. Dean Chen. Is your Black and White Academy training students or dead soldiers? It's just a friendly match, friendship first. Every game of yours is a forbidden technique called Blood Demon, isn't it too much? If you perform a Blood Demon transformation this time, your Black and White Academy will ruin a proud child of heaven. Su Qin, the deputy head of Yuanji Academy, took a deep breath, and then tried to persuade him from the side. Now that the matter has come to this, can't you stop it a little bit? What if something really happened? Things have come to this, we can't just ignore it, can't we? Hee. That doesn't bother Deputy Palace Master Su Qin. Maybe there are not as many top talents from my Black and White Academy as Yuanji Academy, but there are still quite a few ordinary ones. These actions are all voluntary. In order for our Black and White Academy to win, and for our Black and White Academy to have a higher honor, they are willing to sacrifice themselves. What kind of spirit and feelings is this? As the dean, although I can't bear it in my heart, I can't hinder their heart of glory. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, shrugged, and then said indifferently. As he spoke, his eyes became more and more profound, and at this moment, his whole person gradually became swaying. The thoughts gathered here, and the corners of the mouth also rose in an all-round way. Snort. Unjust is doomed to destruction. Such a sacrifice, is it necessary? I said it all, this is a friendly match. If Dean Chen talks about friendship with our Yuanji Academy, our Yuanji Academy should treat each other with courtesy. If not, hee, what will happen after that is still unknown. Su Qin, the deputy head of Yuanji Academy, snorted coldly, and then threatened him from the side. Friendship. Vice Palace Master Su Qin started talking about friendship with me. Don't you think this is ridiculous? If you really talk about friendship, wouldn't it be good if you let the students of Yuanji Academy admit defeat? If Yuanji Academy can do this, I, Chen Tianwei, promise that we will treat Yuanji Academy with respect from now on. But, is it possible? In the end, in order to win, don't we still have to kill each other? Since you are a cousin, don't set up a memorial archway. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, waved his hand, and the expression on his face became more and more violent. What kind of bullshit is that talking? The more you talk, the more energetic you are, the more you talk, the more out of tune. No matter how I heard it, it trembled invisibly. In any case, this Chen Tianwei is also the head of the first hospital, so it doesn't fit the way he speaks. As for Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, whose face turned red when he was stunned, he couldn't say anything directly, so he could only grit his teeth to express the dissatisfaction and anger in his heart. In front of so many people, why don't you take it easy? On the stage, Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy, took out a blue talisman in a panic. Mysterious turtle amulet. Protect. Yuan Kai, a student of Yuanji Academy, snorted secretly, and immediately used the talisman in his hand. Immediately afterwards, a huge virtual tortoise shell suddenly appeared in front of him, immediately blocking in front of him, flickering his body. Boom! Bang bang bang! Duan Muju, the captain of the first-year representative team of the Black and White Academy, swept over with the powerful attack power after performing the Blood Demon transformation, and crazily hit the black tortoise shell. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3060. Click. Click. Under this violent collision, the black tortoise shell is cracking little by little. Follow closely. Boom. There was a cracking sound, and the black tortoise shell was completely shattered. Everyone's eyes widened, and their mentality had completely collapsed at this moment. The eyes gathered here, and the thoughts were also fully boiling. Others don't need to say much for the time being, what feels right at the moment is just like that. After the tortoise shell broke, the surging energy immediately poured out, oppressing Yuan Kai, a first-year student of Yuanji Academy, and directly smashed him up and down. But generally speaking, the mysterious tortoise shell has already resisted most of the energy of Blood Demon transformation, and only a small part of the attack energy hit Yuan Kai. Hu road. Yuan Kai, a first-year student at Yuanji Academy, clutched his chest, and then he couldn't help but began to pant violently, and his eyes began to tremble violently. This time the thoughts are gathered here, and the eyes are gradually scattered. It feels so real. Oh shit. This Blood Demon transformation is too shameless. If I hadn't sacrificed the mysterious tortoise armor talisman in time, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to resist the wave just now, and if I don't die, I will be seriously injured. Too dangerous. The students of this Black and White Academy are all a bunch of lunatics. They are all lunatics. Yuan Kai, the captain of the first-year representative team of Yuanji Academy, squirmed to give the marriage, and then began to complain silently in his heart. At this moment, the thoughts in my heart were gathered here, and I almost couldn't move my eyes. It doesn't feel so good. As for the captain of the first-year team of Nether Academy, Puzan, who was in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, he had already died at this moment because of exhaustion of energy. It is already clear at a glance who will win the fruit of victory. Yuanji Academy, win. As the referee's voice sounded, the whole audience trembled, everyone's eyes focused on this, and the expressions on their faces changed very real. Good. Good fight. My Yuanji Academy. Invincible. Brother Yuan Kai is still very strong, even the Blood Demon transformation of the Black and White Academy can withstand it. Good job. Hee hee. The Black and White Academy really took their own humiliation this time. Now it's better. It has ruined a 5-star early stage sanctuary elite. Now it's better. It's nothing. Cool and Moonlight, I am practicing to the end. The bastards of the Black and White Academy. Come here. Keep coming up. Keep fighting. Do you have the guts? Fight. Invincible. Keep fighting. The raging battle continues to the end. The bloody battle is boundless. Wave after wave of roars followed, and the expressions on everyone's faces gradually became agitated. The attitude of gnashing teeth was revealed, and the mentality naturally took off in an all-round way. At this moment, it is probably such a pure and calm attitude. From this point of view, it seems quite real. Most of the people present were students of Yuanji Academy. Now that Yuanji Academy has won, it is natural to make a comprehensive publicity. Yuan Kai on the ring was originally in a state of shock, but now seeing so many people cheering for him, the smiles on his face immediately increased. This is how it should be. How comfortable is that? How calm. It feels right along. The mentality can also be gradually stabilized, pure and substantial.